Hello, welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me today. So you read the title. You read the title. So this video is no surprise. I'm just here to fill in the gaps. So I quit teaching. I resigned. I am no longer an educator. Ooh, that's a lot. Didn't think this was gonna be tough. So, like I said, you know what? You guys are here for me. I can already tell. You guys are here to support me because I want to be able to share and maybe encourage others. But in this moment, I appreciate you guys being here just simply to support me and making this transition because it's tough. It's very bittersweet. It's very bittersweet. So, before I jump in, what I do want to ask of you, a favor of you, so, a request of you, if you can please subscribe to the channel, I would love to have you a part of our group, if you will. Also, make sure you click the like button and then hit the notification bell so then you are aware the next time I upload a video. So, let's just jump into this conversation. Thank you for being here to support me, and I will get through this without any tears. I can't make any promises, but that's the goal. That's the goal. So let's start a little bit at the beginning. I've been an educator for the last 5 years. During that time, I've taught English. Never thought I would be an English teacher, but I love it. I wouldn't teach anything else if I was to teach again. This year, I taught sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. Previously, mainly sixth grade. So I had an age where these individuals are really coming into their own. The hormones are all over the place, first of all. But they're also the age where they're trying to establish their individuality, their independence, and it's nice to be there to support them in that transition with them because they're really trying to figure out like who do they want to become or just kind of even considering who do they want to become. So it's a great age. It's a great age. They do be smelling themselves and they need to be humbled a little bit, but it's a great age. So I've enjoyed teaching my students. But what landed me in education was prior to becoming a teacher, I had my own business, was running my business, and life was lifing for real, on like for real, for real. And I had to make an adjustment because I could not keep going the pace I was going. Not only for myself, I couldn't do it, but I had two young kids and I needed to just kind of take a pause because the trajectory of my business was about to just blow up, which is a good thing, but I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready to get on that roller coaster. So I got off. And teaching at the time was ideal. It allowed me to refocus my energy more on myself and my kids. And so it was perfect. It was perfect for what I needed for that season in my life. Teaching was ideal. I feel like I have a servant's heart. And so that desire to help others carried over from my business and my previous experience into teaching. So it was a good fit. It was really a good fit. I've fallen in love with all of my students. I really enjoy that daily interaction with my students. I mean, they've just made the best impression on me. Hopefully, I've been able to do the same. But, you know, I love my babies and they know I call them my babies. My students are my babies and I love them. So that in itself, the like day one in the classroom, building relationships with these students, it was just an amazing, amazing experience. And that's the part that makes this really, really hard. Those relationships are still there, but I don't have the opportunity to build new relationships. But in the 5 years that I have been teaching, I felt like I built some phenomenal relationships with my students, and I'm very, very appreciative to that. Also, teaching has really allowed me to grow not only personally, but professionally. Obviously, being a classroom teacher every day, having to come in and just be on and present your best self and help others learn. And when I say others learn, you have students with different learning abilities and their style of learning is different. And so being able to differentiate your instruction and all the things that come with teaching has really allowed me to grow as a professional, but it has really allowed me to grow personally, to be more patient, to be understanding. I've been humbled. I mean, all the things. I feel like I've really grown in teaching. So I've taken away some great, outstanding qualities, and I've built more depth professionally, if you will, because you're dealing with lives, people's lives, it's not necessarily a transaction, which my background is business. But when you're dealing with lives, nothing about that is transactional. It's very hands-on. It's a heart work. It is a work that comes from a servant's heart. So yes, teaching has just, it's really done some great things. And so I'm saying all this, and so you're probably wondering, well, why resign? Why are you quitting? So let's talk about it. And I'm not here to bash teaching at all, not at all. But I am here to share my truth. Okay, this is my truth. This is speaking from Tanisha to you all. This is my truth. So everybody else's experience is different, but I will say there are probably some very common things that are happening across education that are not just unique to my experience. So some of those things are, I'm just quickly like run through them, because if you're an educator, and even if you're not an educator, you probably already know. But you have things like not enough resources, like we're really moving in an age towards, really being able to lean into technology, and we can't because we don't have the technology that we need to have in the classrooms to really be able to support our students in the best way possible. You have changes in the curriculum, so you're always trying to adjust and be effective in your teaching, but that keeps changing. You have, very problematic students that you're trying to deal with, and that can be a problem as well. I didn't have it as much because I felt like I really built strong relationships with my students, but nonetheless, those problems still exist. You can't ignore that. And then you have things like just the sheer workload of being a teacher. Oh my goodness. I have never worked so hard in my life. And like I said, I've owned my own business. I've worked in the corporate setting, and I have never worked so much in my life. So you think about it, like the teaching day is like the 8 hours, right? You're teaching. You get in, you get settled, and then the kids come in, and you're teaching throughout the day. You have a small conference period. Granted, if they don't have a meeting during your conference, which happens a lot, but we not gonna go there. Teachers know, we know. So, um, you're teaching all day. So then think about the time that you need to prep for what you're going to teach. Grade. I taught English, y'all. Grading papers, documentation. Yeah, it was a lot of work. No lie, it was a lot of work. So those are all the things that made the job frustrating. Not necessarily the reason why I'm resigning or quitting, but it certainly adds to the frustration. But you have frustrations in all jobs, so any job has its good and its bad. I do feel like with education, though, when you're not compensated very well, yeah, it makes it a little harder to get over those frustrations, because teachers know their worth. And it's frustrating when you know that you're not compensated on your worth and the time and the energy and the love that you pour into these kids. That comes frustrating. But the reason why I resigned, the reason why I have decided to quit teaching is, honestly, this is about me. This is about me better aligning my talents and skills to better grow myself professionally. That's what it was about. Like, I looked around and I was like, I'm not being able to grow anymore. I was actually in the process, I was in grad school, going to get my master's to be able to better serve in a capacity of my students. But when I really stood back, it didn't align with what I was wanting to do. It didn't. And so I had to like pivot. Right in the middle of grad school, I had like this aha moment. Oh, I realized like education is not where it's at for me. So then the question is, where you going, girl? What you doing? So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you already know the title of the channel kind of gives it away. Teacher to techie. I am moving into the tech industry. Technology is where it's at. I think everyone would agree that technology, the innovation in technology, and the progression of technology is where the future is going. And I want to get on the train. I want to get on the train. So that's what I've decided to do. I have been hired in a business development role for a technology company. Specifically, they sell software into the hospitality industry. So I'm taking my degree and my past experience, merging that together with the tech industry, and your girl broke into tech. I'm excited. I'm excited about this opportunity. Just over the moon excited about this opportunity. So I hope you, like I said, I hope you guys subscribe. I really want to be able to share my full journey with you, how this looks, how this teacher literally just a few months ago was in the classroom, and then what my trajectory of my career is going to look like. And listen, I'm not anyone special. I don't have a unique journey. I think any teacher who is in the position I was, which is frustrated and just feel like they're not using their skills or they're not making enough money, this can be a career path. In technology, there are so many aspects. Who could have known I could have took my hospitality industry and my hospitality degree and merged it with tech, and bam, there are so many avenues to break into tech. So many avenues. And I want to be the person to be able to share some of the avenues to make this transition. So, if you are an educator and you're watching this and you're like, I don't want to go back another year, you may have to. I mean, at this point, but it does not have to be permanent. You can begin to create the path to make this transition so that maybe this time next year you've moved on and you've set your sights on something that you're truly excited about, because August 1st is about to be here and I'm excited. And I know that if I wasn't going into this career path, your girl would be feeling a little salty right now. I'm not going to even lie. I'd be a little salty right now. Is that bad to say? I'd have been salty if I had to go back to the classroom. Here's the reason why: I've already packed up my stuff. My stuff is like sitting in the garage. I just needed to get an offer letter in hand so I could sell that. But I had already in my mind going, I need to make a transition in this summer, so I don't. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna be salty. I'm actually in a good space right now. So yeah, I do want to end this, and I want to put a pretty little bow on this video, specifically to any of my students that are watching, any of my past students that are watching. This is for you. I love you. And I tell you, I love you all the time. And even when I got on you, I'd be like, I'm doing this because I love you. You know I do, and I want you to be your best version of yourself. So I hope that you continue to be the best version of yourself. Show up as your best self. Do your best work. Shine on them, okay? Shine on them. Show them what you really are. Show them the character that you are, the character that you have built, the person that you aspire to be. I want to say thank you for making the biggest impact on my life. That makes this transition really hard. If you see me out and about, come give me my hug. Come speak to me, okay? Know that I treasure the memories. I appreciate all the laughs in the classroom, and we had lots of them. Some of them at my expense, some of them at your expense, but we had laughs. Thank you for the learning, showing me that you wanted to show up and do your hard work, even on days when you didn't want to, or even on days when I didn't want to. Thank you for everything that you've given me in these 5 years that makes this transition hard, but I'm appreciative. It's made me a better person, and hopefully it's made you a better person. So I love you, and I will miss you, but I wish you well in all your endeavors moving forward. Until next time.